back to my channel. Here we are going to be working on the construction of the sectional view of this bracket based on the direction of the cutting plane. So we have worked on the construction of the front elevation. We have the plan or the top view, and then here we have the right end elevation when we are looking at the object in this direction. Now we want to draw the sectional view based on the direction of the cutting plane. So here we have the cutting plane goes up from here to this point, and it goes like this on the web, and also it goes up like this on the cylindrical part, and it ends in this direction. So the cutting plane is cutting plane x as we have here. So what we are going to do for the construction of the sectional view of this object is that we are going to replicate what we did here in the front, in the right end elevation. And in this case, this line will be merged with that of the web as we have it here. So this line, this will cut off. So this part is being cut off as we have the arrow pointing this direction, and this also pointing this direction. So when the cutting plane goes like this, we have to take off this part based on the direction of the arrow. Then we have to show what we see here on this side. So when we have it like this, what we have to do is to replicate what we have here. And then in this case now, this line that we shown hidden in this end elevation will now become visible. So we make it a thick line. Also this line, this line, this line, and this line. And also we also see this as visible lines. Okay. And then so the web that is cut will not be hashed. So we are going to leave it unhashed like this. So let's start and see how this can be done. As I said that we are just to replicate what we see here. So we are still going to make use of the same dimension. So we'll do it together and see how it goes. So what I'm going to do, I want the sectional view to be drawn here. So what I'm going to do is also to extend this line, so to the right side here. So I will take the line, I will take it to this side, and also coming to this point here. So I will draw a horizontal line to this side, and then the center, I will also draw this as a center line like this. Okay, so we have it drawn like this. Okay, we have this now. So and then so at this point, I'm going to draw a horizontal line to this right side, and coming to this point also, I'm going to draw a horizontal line from here. So extend it to this side. The same thing applies to this. I will also extend this line, take it to this side, and then so this point on the circle, so I'm going to extend this horizontal line to the right side, and then from this point I will extend the horizontal line to this side, and then so coming to this point I will also extend the horizontal line to this side. So this also is a center line. I'm going to draw it as a center line here like this. Okay, so we have it there. So then coming up here, I'm going to extend the horizontal line to the right side, and then also I will extend this to the right side, and at this point I will also extend the horizontal line here to the right side. Okay, so we have this now. So what we are just going to do here now is that we are going to come here. So this line, I want to draw this line, so and it goes from this point down. So I'm going to make it a thick line at once, just to make it a thick line at once from this point down. So we have it like this. So it will be drawn as a thick line as we have it here in the right end elevation. So we have this now. So what we are just going to do now is to take a measurement of 70 millimeters as we have that. The length from here, so even this line as we have it in the end elevation here. So this line, we are supposed to make this line a thick line all to this end. So I will quickly do that. So and then the distance from here, so distance from here to here is 70 millimeters. So I'm going to take a measurement of 70 millimeters. So from this line, I will take 70 millimeters backward to this side. So this is 70 millimeters. Okay, so we have this now. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to come down here. So I will come down onto this line. The thickness from here to here is 20 millimeters. I will take a measurement of 20 millimeters. This is 20 millimeters here, and I'm going to draw this line. So I'm going to draw this line from here. So I will draw it up to this level. So in this case, it will not be a thick line all to this end. So I mean, this line here, we are not going to make it a thick line, so we leave it just like this, okay, because that part is cut off, so this line will not be a thick line again. So we just leave it like this in the end elevation, and this line will become a thick line, okay. So this line is a thick line already, as we have it here. We have it as a thick line, and at this point now, this line that we show hidden here, it become a thick line, so it is exposed as the cutting plane has cut off a part of the whole body, and this also become a thick line as we have it here like this, okay. All right, so we have this for now, so let us move on. All right, so where we have this 70, so this line will be a thick line, so to this end, okay. So we took 70 from this point backward, so this will be a thick line. All right, so then we are going to draw a vertical line. So at this point, so I first of all draw it to be a thin line, so with my red pen. All right, so and then so let us move on. So we still need to work on this, on the web. So we need to work on the web. We need to make sure we have the web drawn. So now, so from okay, so from this point, for us to locate this surface, this line, okay, on this cylindrical part, so as we have there in the drawing which I've shown before, so we have that we have to take a measurement of 35 millimeters from this point backward here, so that we can draw this line. So as we did here where we made the orthographic views of the object, so we take a measurement of 35 millimeters from here backward here, okay. So then we are going to come up here, so we come up here and we draw a vertical line from here up, okay. So we have it for the cylindrical part that we have here. So what we have to do now is to draw the web. So the web will be drawn as we have it here. So from this point, just join these 2 points together. So that is for the web as we have it then. All right, so then let us work on the cylindrical part. The length from here to here is 40 millimeters. So from this point, I'll take a measurement of 40 millimeters backward, 40 millimeters backward. So this is 40 millimeters, and then I'm going to draw a vertical line. So this vertical line that I'm going to draw, it will be a thick line. So from this point, here, so up to this point, so we make it a thick line from here to here, okay. So we have it like this, okay. All right, so we have that, and then I'm going to make this line also. So we make it a thick line from here to this end, and then, okay, so from here to this end, we have it as a thick line, and then this line will also be drawn as a thick line from here to here. All right, so we have this for now also, okay. So then this line also will make it a thick line as we have it here. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do is to show the thickness of okay, so the thickness of this part, so it's also a web, okay. So from here to here, so we make it 10 millimeters. So we have to take a measurement from this end on this line. So we come up to this line and we take a measurement of 10 millimeters forward. So this is 10 millimeters. So we have to draw this line now. Unlike as we see it here, it will not be like this in the sectional view. So we are going to just draw a we draw a line. So we draw a line, so it will still be drawn with a thin line. So we just draw a line from here to touch this line, to just touch this line here like this. So this is how we are to have it, okay. So though we are not going to make it a thick line, because by the time we cut it off, so it will be merged with this one, so in which both of them supposed to be plain, but we are still going to hash this one. It's only this one that is meant for the web that we are not going to hash. Okay, you see how I'm going to work it out. So what we have to do now is that we have to expose this part, okay. So as we see it in the drawing, so as we have that the depth, so by the time the cutting plane goes like this, it doesn't touch this face here, it doesn't touch this face. So we are going to leave it unhashed, but it will be exposed, and we have this same face on both sides. So thickness from here to here, or distance from here to here, is 6 millimeters. Okay, so all that we have to do, as we have projected here from the front elevation, we just have to replicate what we did here. So let us quickly do that. So in this case now, we are going to take a measurement off 6 millimeters from here, 6 millimeters from here to this end, and we also take 6 millimeters from this point, 6 millimeters from here so to this point here. Okay, so then we are going to draw a vertical line, so it will be a vertical line. So we draw a vertical line, a thick line from here to this point. Okay, so we have it like this, and then coming to this end we also do the same thing, so we draw a thick line from here to here. Okay, so right now, so distance from this short distance, so which is 6 millimeters, so will be drawn as a thick continuous line. So we also do the same thing here from here to here. Okay, and then we also do the same thing from here to here. Now the hole that we now have inside, which is this one, will also be exposed, so we make this a thick line from here to this end. Okay, and then we also make this a thick line from here to this end. Okay, so looking at what we have here, and then so this line here, so this line here, so if we are to draw it, okay, so we just leave it like this, okay, because it will become a plain surface. Okay, to become a plain surface we have to hash this part, so we have to hash this part. It's a solid, we hash this part here, we are going to hash this, and we are going to hash this surface. We hash this surface, and we also hash this surface, and we leave this unhashed. This will be left unhashed because the cutting plane doesn't touch that part of the hole, and this will also be left unhashed. This will be left unhashed. Alright, so what we are left to do now is to hash the solid part, that is the part that the cutting plane really touch. Okay, so as I said that the cutting plane does not touch this surface, it doesn't touch this, it doesn't touch, because there are holes. Okay, there are holes within the object, including this one. It's also a hole within the object, so we are going to leave this unhashed. And for the web, we are going to leave the web unhashed, though it's a solid. But when a cutting plane, so when a cutting plane goes like this on a web, so it should not be hashed. So a principle in engineering drawing, that when a cutting plane goes like this on a web, that web should not be hashed. So take note of that. Now let's do the hatching. So we start like this. So we're hatching this particular part. So hatching lines are drawn within continuous line, and they should be equally spaced, and that is what I'm doing here. So we do it together and see how the hatching should be done. So that is what I'm doing here right now. So you make sure the space, so you make sure you don't have to measure the space, so just use your eyes to take the measurement of the space as I'm doing it here like this. Okay, so we have it drawn like this for this part, and then so I should have drawn this also. We are also hatching this part here. Okay, so it's going so like this. Okay, so I need to move it down a bit. Okay, so it goes like this. Okay, so don't forget that this part here is part of the web, it should not be hashed. And then I'm going to bring it here like this. Okay, so don't let it be too the space, don't let the space be too small, so because of time. Excuse me. Okay, so we move on like this. Okay, so then I need to come down a bit, so I'm going to draw from here to here, and then from here to here. Okay, so and then so coming here like this, so we draw this line, and we also draw from here to here. Alright, so then here also, so I move it like this, and this goes from here to here. Alright, so then coming down a bit, alright, so we are making the action lines on the solid parts on the object that the cutting plane touch. Okay, then here alright, Alright, so we move here, then okay, so here also, then and then okay, so we're almost done. So we hash this and then here, so do it like this. So this is section XS as we see the cutting plane as it goes on the whole solid. It's as simple as I've done it here. All you have to do is to practice, and when you practice this, you become a master at it. Thank you, keep on practicing, and God bless you.